Today I'd like to show you what bugs me about chalk lines and what I did to fix them. Here is a typical chalk line hook. It's pretty conventional. Most other hooks are similar to it. A lot of them have the same window or similar shape, and some of them have little teeth here to hold on a little tighter. In my opinion, this hook leaves much to be desired, and this is my adaptation or innovation on the chalk line hook. There's a lot of benefits to this, so let me go over them. When snapping a perpendicular line to the material, the typical hook works fine. It has a viewport for the alignment and it stays in position during the snap. But if you attempt to snap a line that is not perpendicular to the material, it fails. Let me zoom out so you can see that. So if I want to snap this line and I want to pull it at an angle, let me show you what happens. Hook comes right off. So if you want to do this, you're going to need to either clamp this hook with a clamp or get help from another workman, and that's going to take extra time and wasted movement. My hook has an open hook so you can see right where the point goes, right to the line. You align that, push it into the side of the material, and now you have complete control over where you want to put that angle. And you can go almost, I think, 5 degrees, maybe even more, almost parallel with the material you're working with. Another really cool thing about this hook is it sets in that material, right? So it's kind of stuck there. If you want to get it loose, you just pull your string back and flick it like that. I just want to show you how cool this really is. I mean, imagine that this workbench is a sheet of plywood I'm cutting for a roof, and I've got a really steep valley angle I need to cut. Normally, I would place my hook over here, I'd have somebody hold it for me, or I'd have to clamp it, which means I'm going around the sheet, I'm clamping it on. Now I can just hook it to the location that I want, and I can swing this all the way over at an angle. This is unheard of, to get an angle like this on a sheet of plywood without having to have help. Here's a closer look at how the hook works with your mark. The point aligns with your original mark, and there's an invisible line established by the geometry of the hook that goes to the string, and then you can pivot from there. So this is a 90 degree, here's 45 degrees, here's 25 degrees, here's 15 degrees, and here's 5. This hook allows you to snap multiple lines without having to reset. You can just snap all from the same point if you have the need. Very versatile. A conventional hook can be placed over a nail and it will align well with the anchor point. Let me draw a line to show you. So if I pull my string through that nail, it lines up just fine with that pencil line. My design does the same thing. The hook does not misalign at all. And the nice thing about this design is, with a typical chalk line hook, you have to come back. You have to walk back and take this off the head of the nail. Sometimes you're walking 30, 40 feet to your chalk line. The hook design, you have the same advantage as with against the edge that I showed earlier. You just flick the string and the hook comes right off. Okay, let me show you that again. This is the hook. You just pull the string back like this, and obviously you'd be a lot further away, and now your hook's loose. Sometimes you want the chalk line to go right up to the nail, and you don't want that little space where the hook exists to not have a mark. So you throw another nail in the field, and you just run your chalk line around the first nail and hook it to the second, and then you can snap your line. And that works real well, except for if this nail is something that can't be in your work or it'll destroy your product, you have to find another solution. So you go around your nail and you hook it to the edge of your material, or whatever the closest edge might be. And if that edge is not 90 degrees to what you're pulling, you might have trouble with the conventional hooks because they come off. With my hook, you have many more options. This hook can connect to so many different angles of approach that it's seldom that you find a situation where you can't hook this hook to something in this particular use case. I used a large drywall nail to make the hook that you saw in this video. If you think I earned it, please subscribe.